Hi everybody, my name is Caden.
I'm Jaden.
I'm Nicole.
I'm Eli.
And I'm Jason.
And we're the Yahoo and the Torah YouTube channel, and it is a first day. We are now in a new chapter, a new book. It is Deuteronomy. We have gone through this. How many days was it now?
172 now, I think.
That is a long time to be spending with you guys, and we appreciate your guys' companionship. We appreciate your guys' time that you would spend with us, that you would hang out and spend 172 days or more, because we did the other 613 command series. But you spent so long with us now doing the commands, and that we hope that you guys are enjoying this series so far, and that you guys are enjoying your time with us.
Absolutely, and thank you guys very, very much. There is no greater honor than to be serving Yahuwah. There's no greater thing that you could ever be doing in this world but to serve Him, because there's nothing greater and there's nothing better, and the laws, statutes, and commands are for all times, right? We've been lied to, we've been deceived, we've been told these laws are in the dumpster and on the cross, and it's a whole bold-faced lie right from the mouth of Hasatan. And now here we are at the end of the 6,000 years of our captivity, that Yah has put us all into captivity and dispersed us across the world. And we are coming back, and we are learning, and we are seeking our Creator where He may be found. And we thank you guys very, very much. How are you guys?
Good.
Good.
Jade, you look really tired.
Yeah, a little tired.
What's wrong with you, buddy?
It was a long night.
So we've had some issues. We have our baby cow, Jessie, and she's like 9 months. She's like 9 months old. She's not really a baby, but she's our baby to us. And a couple days ago, we found her on her side, and then we found her, and the cows don't really go to their side unless they're about to die from our experience. And so we got her in, and our hearts are breaking. And this happened a little bit before Shabbat. And so Jaden has been up all night on Shabbat and all night last night. And so he's going out there every couple hours and checking on her, making sure she hasn't flipped to her side. And we think we have it figured out, but Kate has to make a trip with the Foot Leather Express for a long distance today and try to get us some anti-parasite that we think is infecting her. And so, I don't know. I hate to ask people if you'd like to actually pray for our cow, because there's a lot of other things in the world to pray for. But our hearts would be broken if our little cow dies and if we're unable to fix it. And it is unfortunate, because right now we are on a 15-0 success of keeping little cows. But we finally came up, and we believe we figured out that they end up with a tick fever. And so if they have a tick, there's a tick within lots of ticks that will make them sick. And we actually think that was probably what was happening to our other cows. And we just had that light go on, and I don't know if Yah gave us that light or how exactly it was, but we're 16 cows too late, but we're trying everything possible, trying to keep our little baby Jessie alive. And so that has been our day, and everyone's kind of solemn-faced around here. It's kind of bummed out. We're trying to get through this stuff, and so that is our day and our life. How's everybody else besides that? Kate, did you get any sleep?
Not really. It was maybe like
The problem is when Jade has to leave his room, there's 10 pit bulls, right? And so
my pit bulls hear him, and they all bark, and the rest of the house barks.
You can't wander through the house at night, because the pit bulls will, in whatever room, will hear everything. These dogs have incredible hearing. And that goes us to yet more blessings and praise and worship. Do you guys have anything else that you guys are... you can praise and worship? And I'll start this off as you guys are thinking is, I'm going to go back to the dogs, and I'm going back to creation, and I'm going back to their hearing and their smell, and the incredibleness of that. And I mean, you can hide food anywhere, and these dogs are able to sniff this stuff out. If there's a mouse in the house, they can hear it somewhere, and we can't even hear it, and then they smell it, and then they're all over it. Their sense of smell is just off the charts, and these creatures are amazing. And if you're looking for a complement to man, dog would be it, because you have something that is an incredible defender. These things will love you to the death. They will absolutely die for you if they so need, and they will love you to death as well. And we have 10 dogs here, and so if you can imagine the amount of pets that we give our dogs a day, we probably pet these dogs a couple thousand times a day, literally, because there's so many of them, and they always come up. And these dogs are lovers. They will come up, and they will give you hugs, they will give you kisses, they will give you literally just an enormous amount of love from these kind of animals, and it just really complements Yah's creatures and creation. All right, anyone else have anything?
I am thankful for the ability to use our speech and our words, because you can heal people with your words, you can also hurt people with your words, but when you use the words in the right way, it always brings life into people that are broken.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that is very, very true. Yeah, it is an amazing thing the tongue can be used for healing, and it can also be used for killing.
I think words and speech is the most powerful weapon of everything. It doesn't matter how strong your weapon is, but I think words are the strongest thing you could use.
Yeah, they say sticks and stones can break your bones, but I've heard that words are the worst of all. And it can break your spirit. It can break your spouse's spirit. I mean, you can just do enormous amounts of damage to your kids and everyone. And that's one thing we always have to work on in this house, is making sure that nothing is evil, even in your mind, until you bring your audio to it, right? You may think an evil thought, or you may have an evil joke, but when you bring it to fruition by actually speaking it, that's when it becomes worse, right? Because you can never undo it. You can't unclang the bell. You can never unsay it. And you could say you didn't mean it, but you meant it at the time, or you wouldn't have been saying it. And so those are things we really have to put all of ourselves in check with, especially me, especially my high blood pressure. I spout off way too much, and it's a challenge. It is definitely a challenge. Anyone else have anything?
Sleep. You never know how good sleep is until you don't have it.
Yes. And let me take that one step further, is they have done sleep deprivation things within soldiers, where soldiers are actually able to get basically 30 minutes, and then they stay up 6 hours, and they get 30 minutes, and then they stay up 6 hours, 30 minutes. They basically sleep on a 30-minute increment, and it's amazing what the human body can do, because even though you're feeling real super tired today, and the thing about being sleep deprived is reality is changed. What you think of reality is not actually what reality is, and so you can get super emotional. Things get super crazy when you're tired. And yeah, when we get sleep, it is an amazing thing. Yah has everything just completely dialed in. Nicole?
I know we've used it before, but I'm very thankful for the people that watch our videos and comment on our videos and teach us new things that we all can learn from each other. So our virtual
You love our family? You love our little family out there?
Yep.
Yes, we do. We love all of you guys out there. We have so many friends out there, and we will call you, friends are friends forever, as long as Yah is the Lord of them. And so one day we will take all of this virtual friendships, and I truly believe we're going to high-five each other. You guys can all come for a giant grizzly bear hug. I will totally put my beard up in your grill as I'm giving you guys a big hug. You'll have to run away from my beard, because I will give you big hugs. Eli, what do you got?
I'm thinking that we still have cows left, since we really had no idea how to deal with them at first. I'm thinking that we still have them.
We have the minority of them, and that is something very much to be thankful for. We have our bigger cows, the ones that hopefully at some point will do something for us. Unfortunately, we lost all the other ones. And yeah, that is very good, because in darkness, where we are losing our babies, or where it just seems really dark here, life is everything to us on this farm. And it's not just life, because we kind of adopt everything to the fact that everything's petted. If it has fur, we love it and we try to pet it. Everybody tries to give the cows kisses. Like literally, everybody gives the cows kisses, and the cows sometimes give you kisses back.
Two of them do.
Two of them do, right?
4. Do they?
And that may sound weird to everybody that we kiss our cows and love them, but a cow is literally like a giant dog. I mean, they will love you, and they're really super friendly, unless the neighbor gets a hold of one of them for a night and beats the crap out of it, and then he's angry for the rest of the time, and he might actually end up in a hamburger pile now
He
at this
still
point.
gives kisses.
He still gives kisses?
He's nice. He's just, if you start pushing him or something,
He gets angry.
He's gonna try and fight you. I don't know.
This old man cracked him in the skull overnight, and now he's angry cow.
Yeah, the old man was saying to beat him in the head to get him moving. Like, that's not it.
That's how they do it down in South America. I don't want to say it's animal abuse, but it's actually really animal abuse. Jade and I went to an auction one time, and they were unloading these cows, and they just beat the living heck out of these cows, the entire thing. I mean, they were cracking them in the skull, and I mean, these cows, by the time somebody's going to buy the cows, these cows are going to be like the El Toro, right? You're going to have to get a matador or something to keep it from killing. Yeah, get it in the truck. It was just, it's very violent. And I remember, I spent a lot of time with cows and things in the North America, and I don't remember that level of violence. Like, they actually have a heart, but I know there's a lot of people that don't care and stuff, but it just seemed like things were a little bit different in North America. Like, they valued life of animals a little more, but again, there's always people everywhere, and they do crazy things. All right, yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys very, very much. I do appreciate that, and to everybody out there, much love. We are in a new hold on, we got
That should still be a drum roll.
okay, drum roll. All right, so here we are. It's a drum roll because it's the 5th month. It is the 30th day of this month. Tonight is a new moon. Now, we discussed this before, and we actually didn't know we didn't have a Torah command about blowing the shofar. but there's precedent. People blow the shofar on the new moon, and I just don't see a command yet for it. And maybe somebody out there can identify a command for us on there, but it's up to Deuteronomy. We have not seen that. So maybe at Deuteronomy we will see one. But tonight, blow the shofar, and I don't see a problem blowing the shofar. It's a celebration thing, and it's a good thing. All right, so let's begin and let's get into Deuteronomy. And everybody,
New book.
new book. All right,
And
And the final book, too.
and the final book as well. And this will be very exciting. So I was kind of nervous getting into this stuff because I know Deuteronomy has a lot of commands and a lot of stuff. So let's listen up and let's see what we can figure out. These are the words which Moshe spoke unto all Yashrael on this side of the Arden in the wilderness, in the plain over against the Red Sea, between Paran and Topol and Lavan and Katzworth and Di Zahav. These are just really hard words to always pronounce every day. Hopefully I get better by the time this is over. These are 11 days' journey from Korev by the way of Mount Seir unto Kadesh Barnea. And it came to pass in the 40th year, in the 11th month, on the first day of the month, that Moshe spoke unto all the children of Yashrael, according unto all that Yahuwah had given him in commandment unto them. After he had slain Sihon, the king of Emorium, which dwelt in Chesbon, and Og, the king of Bashan, which dwelt in Ashtaroth in Edrei. Now, do you guys remember these stories?
Yeah, Og is like 12 feet tall or 15 feet tall.
Right, but how we're learning about something here. Have we read about Og dying yet?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, and
Moses,
Did we?
it was said he was killed by Moses, but we didn't get into how big he was yet. We didn't get into any of the depth
isn't
of
that
the
in
story.
like Judges or something? Or is that Joshua? Or the king of Og?
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
Moses killed him.
Right, but
I don't know. I don't
remember it had a
don't-
15-foot bed or something.
I don't know if it's Jasher that says
uh,
that. I think it's somewhere here in Deuteronomy goes over it.
Or maybe it's Joshua. All right. Anyway, so yeah, Moshe killed him. All right. On this side of the Arden in the land of Moab began Moshe to declare this Torah, saying, Yahuwah Eloheinu spoke unto us in Korev, saying, Ye have dwelt long enough in this mount. Turn you and take your journey and go into the mount of the Emorium, and unto all the places nigh thereunto, in the plain, in the hills, and in the valley, and in the Negev, and by the seaside, to the land of the Kenianim, and unto Lebanon, and unto the great river, the river Parat. Behold, I have set the land before you. Go in and possess the land which Yahuwah has sworn to your fathers, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, to give unto them and to their seed after them. And I spoke unto you at that time, saying, I am not able to bear you myself alone. Yahuwah Elohim has multiplied you, and behold, ye are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude. Yahuwah Elohai of your fathers makes you 1,000 times so many more as ye are, and bless you as he has promised you. Now this is in parentheses here. Is it in parentheses in your?
No.
It's parentheses in the king. So that means that it is the translators, whatever they want to put in it. So it's not actual text, but it is something else. How can I how can I myself alone bear your cumbrance and your burden and your strife? Take you wise men and understanding, and know among your tribes, and I will make them rulers over you. And he answered me and said, The thing which you have spoken is good for us to do. So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men, and known, and made them heads over you, captains over thousands, and captains over hundreds, and captains over 50s, and captains over 10s, and officers among your tribes. Now, you guys remember what book this actually happened in?
Jubilee.
This is Exodus.
This is
when
Torah stuff.
this is when Jethro told him, he's like,
Right.
what you're doing is not good. You're gonna be too exhausted.
But what is
doing
that?
this."
What book is it? Is it Exodus?
Exodus.
Okay.
It's like right after he gets out of Egypt, he goes and sees him.
Youth is a good thing. That's I enjoy your mind. All right, and I charged your judges at that time, saying, Here are the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him. Ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is Elohim's. And the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it.
Okay, I feel like that's a command right there. Don't show partiality, right ruling.
So we already have that. So we should add this. Don't we already have that?
Yeah, it says don't like judge unrighteous against the poor.
Right. And so this would be. I actually read this last night, and I was thinking about that, but I went back up to 16, and it says, and I charge your judges at that time, saying. But yeah.
We would, if we were to judge something, we would be like
We
them.
need to judge it righteously. So yeah, 16 and 17 need to go under the one command we have, Nicole.
Okay.
All right. That's good enough for me. 17, or was it 18?
18.
Yep, 18. And I commanded you at that time all the things which ye should do. And when we departed from Chorev, we went through all the great and terrible wilderness, which ye saw by the way of the mountain of the Amorim, as Yahuwah Eloheinu commanded us. And we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, ye are come unto the mountain of the Amorim, which Yahuwah Eloheinu gives unto us. Behold, Yahuwah Eloheka has set the land before you. Go up and possess it, as Yahuwah Elohai of your fathers has said unto you, fear not, neither be discouraged. And ye came near unto me, every one of you, and said, we will send men before us, and they shall search out the land, and bring us word again by what way we must go up, and into what cities we shall come. And the saying pleased me well, and I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe. And they turned and went up in the mountain, and came into the valley of Escol, and searched it out. And they took of the fruit of the land in their hands, and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, it is a good land which Yahuwah Eloheinu gives us. Notwithstanding, you would not go up, but rebelled against the commandment of Yahuwah Eloheka. And ye murmured in your tents, and said, because Yahuwah hated us, he has brought us forth out of the land of Mitzrayim to deliver us into the hand of the Amorim, to destroy us. Whither shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, the people are greater and taller than we. The cities are great and walled up to heaven, and moreover we have seen the sons of the Anakim there. Anakim there. What are the Anakim? What does it say in your...
Anakim.
Anakim. Anakites.
It's a form of giants.
Yeah, it's the giants, man. These are the dreaded giants of old. 30. Yahuwah Elohim, which goes before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Mitzrayim before your eyes. And in the wilderness, where you have seen how that Yahuwah Elohim bore you, as a man bears his son, in all the way that we went, until ye came into this place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe Yahuwah Elohim, who went in the way before you, to search you out a place to pitch your tents in fire by night, to show you by what way ye should go, and in a cloud by day. And Yahuwah heard the voice of your words, and was wroth, and swore, saying, surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land which I swore to give unto your fathers, save Caleb the son of Jephunneh. He shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he has trodden upon, and to his children, because he has wholly followed Yahuwah. All right. So what's going on here? What is he doing?
So he's basically doing a recap, telling them exactly everything now, because this is the next generation. This isn't the old generation. So he's explaining to them, this is what happened. This is how it began. This is how. And I feel like if you could only read one of the commandment books besides Genesis, I would say you should probably read this one, because this one's probably the most important. It basically condenses everything into one book itself.
Summary. Yeah, this is the cliff notes of everything, and this is why it gets crazy. Deuteronomy's awesome.
Yeah, he says like he put Joshua in charge, because these people were they're all new, right? Because if they were silly old people, they would know that Joshua was the next guy in line.
I'm sure they knew that. I think he's just recounting and recapping everything. And I mean, there are going to be youngers, because if we had 40 years in the desert, right, and a lot of them had died off, that must mean they're like hundreds, 80, 90, hundreds of those people.
Those guys are gone.
Yeah, so there's going to be now two generations, right? Their kids and their kids would have grown up, and then they would have had kids as well. So we would have younger folks in this whole tribe. All right, 37. Also, Yahuwah was angry with me for your sakes, saying, you shall not go in thither. Now, why was Yahuwah... Okay, now is Moshe passing the buck here, or what is he doing? Moshe says he was angry with me for your sakes.
Well, he was angry at them for sitting there upsetting him, right? You have to realize that his sister just died. These people were attacking him. They wanted to stone him. And he's like, he didn't do what Yah said. Yah said, just talk to the rock. But he, out of his anger, struck this rock and was like, you guys are cursed, you little rebels. And Yah didn't like that. He's like, you didn't show my power to them, but rather you showed your anger. So now you're not going into the land. So
is Moshe passing the buck here, or is this correct? Was this a correct sentence? And Yahuwah was angry with me for your sakes.
I think he's definitely passing the buck a little bit.
I mean,
he was angry with Moshe about this.
Yeah, he was, but yeah, Moshe was mad at the people.
For their sakes, I mean, they were the root problem.
They're the reason he was angry.
But he could have handled that a little better.
He could have handled a little bit better. So is Aaron, though. Aaron got cursed as well because of this
because
of the whole situation. Neither of them are able to go into this. All right, 38. But Yahushua the son of Nun, which stands before you, he shall go in thither. Encourage him, for he shall cause Yashrael to inherit it. Moreover, your little ones, which ye said should be a prey, and your children, which in that day had no knowledge between good and evil, they shall go in thither, and unto them will I give it, and they shall possess it.
So those children are like 1, 2 years old. They don't understand good and bad yet. So
Right, and I mean, I think it was under, what age was it that they didn't do it?
I think it was 20, I think.
It was under 20 that nobody would make it. So everybody that was 18 years old, all those kids right there would have started having kids pretty soon, within the 4 years of being 18 or so.
Jack, you're talking about Benjamin. He had kids at 10. So
Yeah, kids at 10.
That is wild.
That is wild. Yeah, it's hard. How could you get kids to pick up the clothes in the room when they're just kids? How would you even know to pick up your own?
I don't know. I think they're probably more mature. But they definitely had like a more mature.
Would they be more
different.
mature? Times were different. Times were definitely different. Were they more mature? I can't
don't know.
get Cade to keep his clothes clean. I can't get. Oh, he just went under the bus. Oh, Cade likes to keep his clothes on the floor, and he's just giving me the look up at the sky. He just took a bus ride. So how do we get the kids? If the kid is 12 years old, Benjamin is 12 years old. Eli, you got to take a bus ride too. Your room is a mess.
That's not that bad.
It's not as bad as Cade's worse.
No.
Jade is the one who's the cleanest of all. Jade, whose room is the worst? Right, really
Eli,
here,
it
son.
has to be Eli's.
All right.
Okay, that's only because you go into Caden's room every day.
No, I don't.
So Jaden actually goes in and cleans rooms. Like he has this little bug that he is actually trying to help them clean up. And I was trying to tell him that that is a valiant mission. But if you're picking up the clothes and stuff for them, I blame my wife for all this. She picked up your toys as kids.
I was done at 16.
At 16.
I stopped cleaning up after him.
Oh yeah, well that was 16 years too late. So the twins, we call them trolls because they destroy everything in the house. Even as little babies, like 1 and 2, they would go room to room and cupboard to cupboard, and between two of them, it was a mighty mess.
There were hurricane and destruction.
Hurricane and destruction, fury and rage, and she every single day. I remember we had this little toy room, and the trolls, the kids, would destroy completely, a massacre. And as soon as they went to bed at like 6 or 7, whatever time it was, Nicole would sit down there and start picking up all their toys. Every single day you guys went out, it was a fresh, beautifully put away toys, and you guys would just go ravage this little room we had every single day. She was faithful to you. All right. Let's continue on.
Back on topic.
Back out from under the bus, Cubs. All right, here we go. But as for you, turn you and take your journey into the wilderness by the way of the Red Sea. Then ye answered and said unto me, We have sinned against Yahuwah. We will go up and fight according to all that Yahuwah Eloheinu commanded us. And when we had girded on every man his weapons of war, ye were ready to go up into this hill, into the hill. And Yahuwah said unto me, Say unto them, Go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you, lest ye be smitten before your enemies. Now, all of this seems like we just read this the other day.
Yeah, these dudes are. These dudes are stupid.
Yeah, well, what happened here, right? For those who are just tuning in on this, what is he even talking about?
So when they went up and they saw the giants in the land, they all got afraid, and they all started like basically upsetting people to the point where they were weeping and saying they want to die and things of that sort. So then basically I was like, fine, you won't go to the land, you lost your chance, you guys don't trust me after everything you've seen. And so they basically like, no, we'll go do it. So they rise up in the morning and they both basically decide we're going to war, and they all get smoted all the way back to like miles behind them. So
it's like kids that get spanked and then they're like, okay, I'm going to go do this right now. It's not the same after the spanking has already existed. We know you will do it after you've been spanked, but prior to the spanking, it would be nice if you guys actually did it.
You had a good chance.
You had a good chance. Yes, I know you're going to rush off to it now because you realize what's going to happen. But prior to that, why didn't you just do it? So here we go. This is a bus ride for all today, huh?
Yep.
43. So I spoke unto you, and ye would not hear, but rebelled against the commandment of Yahuwah, and went presumptuously up into the hill.
They're a bunch of dummies.
And the Amorim which dwelt in that mountain came out against you and chased you as bees do, and destroyed you in Seir, even unto Korma. And ye returned and wept before Yahuwah, but Yahuwah would not hearken to your voice, nor give ear unto you. So ye abode in Kadesh many days, according unto the days that ye abode there. All right. Wow. that's it. So this is the first few chapters of this is all going to be recap, and I wish we had more time because we could. This is like the first 3 chapters are a good read altogether, but we don't have time, and we have to go try to save our little cow. And so we will leave you guys with this, and wish you guys a very happy first day, and hope that you guys are reading your books as in the scriptures, and that you guys are seeking Yah where He may be found. We are in the age of the end, and this is no better time than right now to turn your world, turn your life unto Yah. And that doesn't mean asking Messiah Yahushua into your heart and then going and eating your pig. It's about looking into the world that has created the environment where we had to have Messiah Yahushua. Why did we have to have Messiah Yahushua? Why did the son of Elohim have to get beaten up, tossed on a tree, and killed? Why was that?
Because the people were out of covenant. They were doing everything wrong. He was trying to restore the law because everyone's doing the law. The sacrifices weren't right. The Levites weren't there anymore. Most of them were gone at this point. So he had to become the ultimate sacrifice so that we could have forgiveness of sins.
And by him walking the Torah perfectly, he became that perfect, unblemished, beautiful lamb, and it is by his blood that we are saved. And so there's no better time than right now. And there's a story in I think it's Peter. Is it Peter one where Messiah Yahushua talks to Peter and asks him 3 times? He says, hey.
I think it's in the end of either Luke or John.
So Messiah Yahushua says, Peter, do you love me? And Kepha says, yes, Messiah, I love you. I love you. And he says, well, then feed my sheep. And then Messiah Yahushua asks Peter again, Kepha, do you love me? And Peter goes, wow, man, this is getting grim. I just answered this. Yes, I love you. Messiah Yahushua says, feed my sheep. Then again, Messiah Yahushua goes, Peter, Kepha, do you love me? And at that time, Kepha's like, oh man, my heart's just breaking. Messiah, I love you. I told you that. He's like, feed my sheep. Well, that's what we are all called to do. And every single one of us that are out there, you can, if you experience people in the course of the day and you walk by them, it doesn't matter who they are, you can witness to somebody, you can pull them across, you can get yourself out of your comfort zone. And it is a comfort zone, right? Because you're talking stuff that nobody wants to hear. We've had hundreds of years of Jehovah's Witnesses and Mormons and people coming to your doorstep selling you salvation and selling you something unbiblical, and nobody wants to hear it. But you know what? There is one person out there that does need to hear it, and you may encounter that one person, and if you're able to plant that seed, you'll never know. But the kingdom, that is the only way we're going to earn anything in the kingdom to come, is by bringing people to Yah and bringing people to the truth. And it is a beautiful journey. It is a wonderful journey, and it's something that we should all value. It is something we should all be happy that we are in this army. We're in Yah's army. We are soldiers. And so if you love Messiah Yahushua, everybody, feed his sheep. All right, that's it.
All right. Shalom.
Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.